Gennady Golovkin versus Sergiy Derevyanchenko. This is a horrible fight. This is a fight that shouldn't be happening. Why is this fight happening? What the hell has Derevyanchenko done? Who has he beat? Nobody of notable name to fight for a belt. I hate when this happens, when these guys fight for vacant titles. Fight a champion for the IBF. Gennady Golovkin should be fighting Demetrius Andre for the WBO belt. Why isn't he fighting Demetrius Andre? Demetrius Andre, one more thing. Demetrius Andre is with PBC. He has a WBO belt. I thought PBC didn't like the WBO belt. PBC don't like the WBO belt when Terrence Crawford has it. Their man Andy Ruiz got it. Their man Demetrius Andre got it. Even though he went over there to the zone, but he still is a PBC fighter. He's advised by Al Heyman. So we gotta call the bullshit, guys. We gotta call the bullshit. I'm gonna go ahead and play an audio from Terrence Bud Crawford. But before I do that, I want to lay out the main point of playing that. The point of playing that is the fact that Gennady Golovkin is signed with the Zone. He has his own promoter. And he's fighting Derevyanchenko, who is a PBC fighter. The Zone and Showtime, isn't that two different sides of the street? According to these new age boxing fans, this different side of the street only came around when Terrence Crawford came up to the welterweight division. It's disgusting for boxing, and it must stop, because if that's the case, we won't get any fights. We won't get any fights if guys continue to say different sides of the street. We won't be getting Wilder versus Fury next. We won't be getting this fight, even though I'm not a huge fan of this fight. But we won't be getting fights like this, or better fights than this, if these PBC guys keep ducking Terrence Crawford by saying that. You know, Terrence Crawford fought John Molina. Why didn't John Molina say this is a different side of the street? Can't fight each other. He fought the Olympic gold medalist Felix Diaz. Why didn't he say it's a different side of the street? He's with PBC, Bud Crawford. It only applies when it's their top guys. That's when PBC talks about different side of the street and banning the WBO.
You got to 147. Man, you determined. When I come to 147, don't nobody want to chase me. I'm chasing them. I want all the smoke.
Two weight classes.
I want all the smoke. A lot of people say, oh, he too small, or he did this, he did that. Well, show me. I got a title. First they said, get a title. Now I got a title. Then they say I ain't fought.
There you have it, guys. The amount of excuses the LDBC and the PBC fighters are creating is ridiculous. We have to hold these guys accountable for everything they say. Errol Spence hasn't done shit in the sport for him to be claiming the A-side. Guy only has one belt in his entire career. He's 29 years old. Crawford is 31. They're only 2 years apart. Crawford has done way more than Errol Spence can even dream of. But somehow Errol Spence is the one trying to give out demands. Like, you're trying to brainwash people to believe that. Nobody believes that. Just because you say it so much doesn't mean anybody will believe it. Errol Spence hasn't done shit. He only has one belt, and he won from a one-eye guy in Kell Brook who lost. But anyway, let me get back to topic. I just wanted to make that be known, But Gennady Golovkin versus Sergiy Derevyanchenko. I don't like the fight because I feel like I said, I wanted Gennady Golovkin to fight an actual champion, but I can't knock the fight too much. But I'll tell you one thing, I don't think it's a good fight. It's not a good fight, not because it's not going to be a lot of action. It's not a good fight because Gennady Golovkin isn't fighting a champion, and Sergiy Derevyanchenko isn't fighting a champion either. He's fighting Gennady Golovkin, who doesn't have any belts right now. That's why it's not a good fight. But that's my opinion. I feel like it's an easy fight for Gennady Golovkin. Even at 37 years old, I see Gennady Golovkin walking through a guy like Sergiy Derevyanchenko. His toughest fight yet was Daniel Jacobs. Actually, these two guys have in common a tough fight with Daniel Jacobs. But Gennady Golovkin won. Sergiy. How do I see this fight playing out? Gennady Golovkin will try to box in this fight. So this fight might go a few rounds. When I say a few rounds, it might go to the later rounds. But I don't see this fight going to decision. I see Sergiy Derevyanchenko at the age of 33, the younger guy, getting knocked out by Gennady Golovkin. Gennady Golovkin bring too much to the table to be fighting a guy who only has 13 belts. When I say too much, I mean too much power. He's an elite fighter. He has too much power. So he should be fighting all top guys, not a Derevyanchenko who only has 13 fights. 13 fights. Wow. The guy is 33 years old and only has 13 fights. Well, 13 wins, 1 loss, 14 fights. At the age of 33. He's never been a world champion. His only shot at the world title was against Daniel Jacobs. He lost. So what can Derevyanchenko bring to the table for a guy like Gennady Golovkin, who packs a punch? Gennady Golovkin is going to walk through this guy, man. I'm not calling it to be a 1 and 3 round knockout. I see this being a very competitive fight. Derevyanchenko is no slouch. But eventually, Gennady Golovkin is going to out-muscle him, out-hustle him, outwork him, and put him in a body bag. This will be a one-sided fight. I don't see Derevyanchenko even winning rounds in this fight because of the Gennady Golovkin work rate. Gennady Golovkin has second to none, one of the best work rate in boxing. If I ever credited Gennady Golovkin for something good, it would be his work rate. Work rate. I said work rate. Work rate. That pressure will be too much for the younger fighter. He's never been taken to deep waters like that before. I thought Daniel Jacobs was going to take him to deep water and drown him. But Daniel Jacobs hasn't been the same. He hasn't looked the same in years. He fought a guy, Luis Arias, and got a freaking decision. Who the hell is Luis Arias? He should have knocked him out. That's when I knew Daniel Jacobs wasn't the same, when he went the distance with Luis Arias. That's when I knew Daniel Jacobs was slipping. But anyway, Derevyanchenko, I believe, is going to put up a good fight. I don't see him winning rounds. If he does win round, I'll probably give him 2 rounds, maybe, if the fight goes the distance. But he's not going the distance. Gennady Golovkin will be too much for him and knock him out in the